What is the deal with podcasting?
Yeah, so that's what we would first go to.
Is he just looking for the Best Buy logo with boobs on it?
I don't know if I've ever jerked off to a butt, but to each their own.
Hey,
What does it feel like to have someone pee in your asshole?
oh my god.
It's been going.
Whatever. This show's a bop anyway.
106.
I heard an interesting conspiracy theory about you. I heard that Drama's a cop. Can you allude to this at all?
Don't start this.
I'm starting it.
No, that's not true.
It's so
If
true.
anyone's a cop, it's you. Look at the way you dress.
How am I a cop?
You look like a fellow kid right now.
God.
You look like you're trying to score weed at the skate park.
I've always been trying to score weed at the skate park.
Yeah,
Those
but you're a
kids somehow have the
fucking
best
narc.
weed.
No, half the time it's fake crushed up leaves
That's-
that I was selling.
That's the thing. It's nice and cheap, and it gets you just a little high. Gotta have your weekday weed and your weekend weed.
No.
I'm 50 years old.
Yeah, I can tell. I'm getting up there myself. Welcome.
You've been
to
You were over the
the
hill about 90 years ago.
Dapper Dads. Episode 106.
Just for kicks.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say anything at this point.
I know.
There's
What
been
can-
so many of them.
I would
Do
like
you
to-
feel like there's a blank period? I feel like I remember going from like 1
Yeah,
to the
it's-
30s,
I had done-
and then it's just like 90 and above. I don't remember what
Right,
happened in that
yeah.
middle section. I want to
like-
apologize probably because none of those can be good. That whole chunk in the middle.
It's possible.
It's maybe, but who's going to do the research?
Oh,
We did get a submission that is very exciting about something we've been trying to figure out, but we'll get into
Okay.
that later.
Always good.
We got a
Good reason for the
jam-packed
folks to
episode.
stick around.
Yeah, you make sure you listen to the end. If you're listening for the first time, welcome.
If you're coming
Sorry.
in, if you're coming in hot on episode 106, I mean, bless your
Tell
heart.
us why.
But like, yeah,
How did you get here? Hope it was a creative title.
I
but
hope
I'm
it
gonna
was
guess it's
creative.
not.
I'm gonna guess it's something like somebody that you think is just reasonably okay and listen to told you to listen to us, and
That's
you're
the title.
you were bored on a Saturday afternoon because you didn't have anyone to hang out with, and you're like,
Oh.
what was that? The diaper dudes?
Yeah, that podcast we have beef with.
Yeah, we have so much beef with the diaper dudes. If you want to figure out more about our beef with the diaper dudes and maybe start some beef yourself, go to www.thedapperdads.com. There's everything Dapper over there. You can go to our
You
store.
can fuck off.
You can fuck right off, you cunt. And so,
Oh, we just said it was too much.
no,
I'm
we
gonna
said,
bleep it out.
yeah, please. I love it when we bleep shit out because then everyone's like, "What did you say?" And I'm like, "I don't know.
Pansy.
I say so much.
That's what I'm gonna do.
I
Is
say
start
so
doing,
many things.
Start doing subtle overdubs of you pansy.
Pansy, really nice, sweet,
Yeah.
high little overdub.
Right when you're yelling like, and I don't fucking understand how she could be such a ungrateful woman. And the video pauses because I have too long of things.
I don't understand how she could be such an angel.
In the nighttime, over the weekends when we have time to experience one another's bodies.
God, that sounds nice.
You shouldn't experience anyone's body.
Me?
Yeah.
Just me?
Yeah.
Or everyone?
No, our listeners should be experimenting as much as they can with
But
other
not
people's
me.
body. No, not you.
Why not me?
I don't want to get into it.
I want to get into it. Where's it written down? I won't.
do
I
wanna
won't
get
adhere
into
to it unless it's written down.
It's written on the side of a couple buildings.
I
I read it
would
in a
love-
bathroom stall. Got your number at the bathroom stall, and I decided it was the right time to make a call.
This voice. This is terrifying.
That's my.
Are we gonna
87
start? Yeah, are
record.
we gonna start a speed metal band?
Nah, that's not how. That's not a speed metal song. That's a gorgeous
Power metal.
80s.
That's what I'm looking for.
No, we're power pop.
Power pop,
Yeah,
like Pantera before they got with the whole Texas thing.
yeah, a little bit of both.
Yeah.
They got real confusing. Got with the whole Texas thing.
You
the
know
whole
what I-
state of Texas.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, before they decided to walk.
Because you've seen it when they were
Oh,
like
yeah.
glam rock,
Yeah,
right?
we've showed this to people at bars before.
I'm sure we have.
Yeah, you'd bring it up a lot.
Because it's interesting.
It's yeah.
I think about it too much. It scares me.
R.I.P. Big Dimebag Daryl.
R.I.P. His brother too, Vinnie
Yeah.
Paul.
Yeah.
They're jamming in hell. 106. We can say whatever the fuck we want, baby.
Like we haven't been. Anyway, yeah, go buy some shirts. There's merch. There's other things.
There's
coming.
new shirts. I just got two
They're newer.
myself. They're
yeah.
fucking
Slim likes to
beautiful.
buy them way out of date. It's
Yeah.
insane.
I like-
Owns like 4. I own 12.
I'm getting caught up.
You gotta build a collection. Shout out to Leonard, our friend of the show. Leonard spent $100 in the merch store.
Yeah, we're calling you out,
gonna
buddy.
Top that shit?
Who wants to go out on a date with Leonard? He's got $100 for Dapper Dad's merch money.
That's absolutely insane. He'll come on your back and wipe it off with a Dapper Dad's t-shirt.
If you want to get some more details about dating Leonard, go ahead and email us at dapperdadspodcast@gmail.com.
Yes. All of our hookup correlations. That's not what I wanted to say.
We've been talking for a long time about starting a dating app
Yeah.
where our fans can get together over their love
And
of
make a
the Dapper
baby.
Dads and make a baby so that someone will wear
In the
the
bathroom
baby
stall.
jumper that
Yeah.
we have.
Yeah, we have kids accessories.
Make
and I'm
a
gonna
kid
get
in the
rid of them.
bathroom stall, and when someone comes in, scream, "A little
Little
privacy, please!"
While you're coming.
While
deep
you are
inside of
just deeper
stranger.
in that woman than the sword stuck in the stone.
Yeah. Could you imagine if you were at a bar and you heard people like talking about their favorite episodes of this?
And we
And
just walk up
falling in
behind
love.
them, and we're
Yeah.
just really weird about it. And then they're like, "Who are you?" We get
Yeah,
drinks thrown in our face.
We signed something for him. Here you go. Something to remember this first day. Get the fuck away
Away
from
from
me.
me! Whoa!
Whoa.
Come the fuck down!
Your number of the bathroom.
That's better somehow.
Sorry, I'll work on it.
Sound like a Muppet that lives in the sewer.
Yeah,
you number
on the
bathroom.
they all float down here, bitch.
They'll float down
They're all-
here, Deborah.
All of my voices are just seconds away from
Just me,
slipping
yeah.
into.
You can hear. I
Right.
can hear it
I
constantly.
know, it's all I have. And the more I've done it, the more it's become. Now sometimes I yell for real. I'll be in my car like, "You fucking piece of shit." It
That's a
slips
sign
out.
that your body's being taken over by another worldly entity. It's gonna be like that.
No,
scene
I think
in-
my body's trying to reject.
You're gonna be driving, or you're gonna be at
Doubt
home
it.
doing some shit. You're gonna be shitting, and it's gonna be like that scene in Hereditary where he looks over and sees his reflection smiling, and his arm just shoots up, and he bashes his head into the desk.
Yeah.
Because your body's
That's how my
rejecting it.
reflections look all the time. I thought that was normal. I was finally
Someone
an
depicts
exact replica of what I see in the mirror all the time.
Pick that bitch up on Blu-ray for $10, so I watched it again last night, and it was a
Sorry, to
hard
hear that.
choice.
Sorry. I was watching something weird, but who knows what it was. Call 402-7-DAPPER. That's 402-732-7737. We got the longest voicemail we've ever gotten.
And we're gonna play it for you.
Yeah, you're going to have to hear. Well, I think we've gotten longer.
Check out
but
the
they've
world's
become,
longest voicemail, only on the Dapper Dads podcast.
We've gotten longer ones, I think, but they were unairable.
They were unintelligible. It was just the most god-awful things you've ever heard.
Yeah.
It sounded like women weeping and men gnashing their teeth. And some sounds were so horrible that we cannot describe them to you because
Yeah.
you will smash whatever you're listening to this podcast on
It's
right
basically what it sounds like to walk into hell, to strut into hell.
now. Yeah, it's like
you
that
know what's
old
up.
Art Bell radio show, Sounds of Hell.
Yeah.
My uncle was a coal miner in Russia, and they stuck a tape recorder a mile into the earth and recorded the sounds of hell.
That's true. I just haven't gotten out of that rabbit hole.
Yeah, me neither.
And now I'm getting into the deepest layers of it.
Yeah, it's
and
bad.
It's getting intense
Yeah.
over here. And I'm a step away from something. I'm not quite sure, but I know I'm on my path.
This is ominous. Just the way you're presenting this is very ominous.
Good.
I feel like this is how like good H.P. Lovecraft stories start, or like a good Stephen King, where you're like, I found something,
I've discovered myself.
and I'm just like, oh, well, you want to show it to me sometime, good buddy?
Yeah.
And you're like, sure, we have to go to Derry, Maine, where all of these books take place.
Go to www.patreon.com/dapperdads, where
We
the
just recorded some
conversations-
shit tonight.
Yeah, we told a secret tonight, and
We
then we
did
talked
tell
about
a
our favorite
secret.
TV shows. So
Yeah.
there's a little bit of everything over there, but if you want to know a secret, pay $5 a month and get a surprising amount of content.
Surprising amount of
honestly.
secrets, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure there's things I regret saying on there more than.
Oh,
anything.
I'm sure this whole show is littered with things that
Oh
I
yeah,
regret
I
saying.
know, but I know those ones are probably.
I get reminded
Pretty
by
intense.
people in my life who like are finally
you.
well, everyone hates me.
I
Let's
know.
get that out of the way first of all. No one actually likes me.
Oh, I know.
Second of all, I like to think that just threw me off for some reason. No one really does like me.
Yeah. Finally, let's get to the bottom of it.
Let's get down to the real brass tacks about this podcast. This is going to be the one where I have the mental breakdown.
Yeah, this one. I think you've already had a few light ones.
Not on the show. But the point I was trying to make,
Yeah.
we have had a few on
Gloss
the show.
over it.
Just the thought bubble.
Yeah.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Montage of shit.
But like because we've said before, people reference episodes to us and we're just like, we don't fucking know, you know. But people will get into the show and then in chronological order they'll be going through it and they'll be like, oh, remember this in this episode and this in this episode. And
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, no, and I don't remember why I said that on a public platform.
We have a submission that is targeted just to me, and it's I don't want to talk about some of it, and and it feels like someone was like listening and wasn't caught up, but then they make a reference that means they are caught up, and I'm very confused. We'll get into it.
I feel like the submissions on this one are kind of all over the place.
I think they are.
That's what
constantly.
the people want.
So make sure to submit at the website. You can do it anonymously, and then we'll never know who you are, and that's sincere.
That is A-okay.
Follow us on Twitter at DapperDads, where it's just Twitter, and we have one, and it is
just
what
like,
it is.
It's us
Sometimes
just
it's
clearing
great,
our
sometimes
thoughts out.
it's just nothing. Follow us on Instagram at dapperdadspodcast, where it's the same type of shit. You know what I mean? But in picture form.
Follow the Facebook page.
Yeah, if you fucking want to. That's like the third time we've ever promoted it.
Yeah, the
It's same
Facebook
shit.
page.
Fucking hate. Yeah, I hate that. I probably wouldn't
Subscribe
have
on YouTube, like on Facebook.
Yeah, like the videos on YouTube.
Just
too.
do
Watch
everything. Tell your friends about the show. Tell
Share the things. Yeah,
share
tell
the
3
things.
people.
Tell 3 people you
Show
love.
them it. Don't tell them, because people tell me all the time to do shit, and I'm like, for sure, bro, and then I just don't.
And I forget completely, and then I come back months later, and I'm like, listen to this, and they're like, I told you to listen to that months ago.
Are you talking about me?
Yeah,
all this shit.
it's fine. I always come around.
Yeah, not always.
What's one thing I haven't come around to recently? I came around to groceries in record time.
Yeah, but that shouldn't take so long. I was saying this last night to someone. Why don't people just listen to me from the get-go? At least the people I'm around, because, it always takes months, and I'm enjoying it, and then it comes around, and then they're like, you were right. And I'm like, God damn it, just do it when I say then. Am I not right, like, all the time with, like, recommendations and shit? Like, to a
this
weird
isn't.
extent?
Yeah, this isn't even me like tugging your dick. Like, like always.
Because I don't want to be cocky about it, but like it's gotten to a point where people tell me, "Oh, I wish I would have just listened to you when you told me this," and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
My longest turnaround was Mobamba. That took months.
Yeah. You barely got to enjoy all that time we had with it. We had all that time with it.
I got to enjoy quite a bit. I enjoyed too much.
Have you watched Nathan For You?
No.
See,
you know what? And I've been thinking about it this past week too, because I go on my fucking Hulu list.
I
know. And I see it sitting there, and I'm like,
because I've been using your Hulu.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, because I was trying to
watch that. Is that why my watch order gets fucked up sometimes?
I just started because I was watching that Letterkenny show.
Oh,
and then I was like, I found
because I remember, because I thought about this like a month ago. I was sitting there like just outside having a cigarette somewhere, and I was like,
well, I just started doing this the past week. Whenever I text you, what the hell was the name of the show?
Because you had asked for my Hulu to watch Minding the Gap.
Yeah,
and I was like,
a year ago.
Yeah, that's what, and I was like, I wonder if he still has my Hulu.
Yeah, I just never logged out of it. I didn't realize it was still logged in, and then like I was having trouble like finding a place to watch it, and then you know how you can Google like what the hell is this on, and it said Hulu, and I was like, do I have it? Because I had a trial to watch that fucking documentary where that guy like fucking that black metal guy was like cutting his dick up. And shit.
Yeah,
beautiful movie. Dead Hands Dig Deep. I don't remember if I said it before, but I will now. If you want to watch some shit that is very uncomfortable, I recommend it. It's very interesting. So I was like, do I have a trial? And then I logged in and it said your full government name and your sister's name. And then I was like, should I just add a profile and see what happens?
Whatever.
I was going to just add one and be like, Big Dick Dad. And be like, I wonder if he's going to text me like, oh, are you Big Dick Dad? And be like, yeah, finally, baby. But yeah, and then I seen, because I'm like confused about the layout of Hulu.
And my mom uses that Hulu. Don't do Big Dick Dad.
All right, I'll do something else. But yeah, I was like,
Big tit mom.
Yeah.
It's better, right?
Slam's gay boyfriend.
Really?
Oh, fuck. Well, I have to keep it authentic for the show.
I guess.
For your mom to understand what's going on. Otherwise, it's...
Yeah, because my mom's just fucking listening to this.
No, I meant when she goes on your Hulu. But anyway, I was confused about the layout of it. And then it was like my shows or something. I was like, is this where the TV shows are at? And then it showed all the things you had queued. And it's a bunch of shit I've told you to watch. And it's clearly never been watched. And I was like, you fucking bitch. You piece of shit.
Hey,
Watch
but I
this
listen. At least I have it there.
You have long queues of all types of media everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in your queue. I want you to watch it so we can talk about it.
Okay, what should I watch
enjoy
this
it.
week then? What should I watch next?
I said you need to watch Nathan For You,
Mm-hmm.
Man Seeking Woman,
Mhm.
which you said you did watch a little bit of
I
that.
watched a little bit. I wasn't.
You
got to
give it more time.
I'll give it.
Gets.
I did the same thing with
it's
Atlanta.
confusing.
I wasn't hot on Atlanta at
And then
first,
it's
and then it gets
incredible.
better. Yeah, because that first episode's always it's weird.
Yeah, especially Man Seeking Woman is such a weird concept that it's even when I started watching it, I
Yeah.
wasn't pumped. But like once you get into the groove of it and understand how ridiculous it is, it's one of the best shows I've ever watched, and it's severely underrated. I don't know. I thought there was a third thing that I told you, a TV show that I told you to watch that you never did. I did start watching Letterkenny. It's pretty solid.
Yeah, it's a good ass show, isn't it?
The pacing on it is unbelievable.
You have to
Just
watch it with subtitles because, like, that's the only way I could catch every joke that they have because it was just so rapid fire.
Unbelievably rapid fire.
Beats fighting dudes with treasure trails.
Yeah, it just go. I was like, I loved the pacing immediately. I've only watched a couple episodes, but I'm gonna continue.
Yeah, no, let me know.
You were like the sixth person to recommend it to me, which that's what I get is I get recommendations, but I have to get like several of them before I can.
Well, because I had watched season 1 when it came out like years ago, and I wasn't even aware that they made more. And then like one day I saw like season 4 of Letterkenny out now, and I was like, really? And then I got Hulu, and it was up to like 6 seasons, and I was like, okay, so I just binged all of it, and it's honestly one of the funniest shows out there right now, I think.
Yeah, I always judge recommendations off of who they come from, because some people will just like recommend everything that they've ever done to you.
Right,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
I try to know like my audience, like if I'm telling you to watch a show, it's because I know you'll eventually fuck with it. I won't be like watch some like weird shit that I'm watching. But yeah, because some people will just like recommend everything that they've ever listened to or watched to you, and it's like, yeah, I don't know, like you gotta refine it. But yeah, you were like the sixth person. Same shit with that Terrifier movie. Yeah, that's actually super good. Like 10 people told me to watch that, and I was like, I don't like clowns, and they were like, just watch it. And I watched it, and I was like, this is amazing.
This is good as
finally.
So see, you do the same thing. People tell you to check things out, and then you finally do.
Yeah, but I don't have like anyone like Kurd. If Kurd sends me a song, I'll listen to it like pretty immediately.
Oh
I trust him. But I did. But see, you got to earn your respect with me because he did it with the Front Bottoms, and I think that's what changed. Because he was like, listen to the Front Bottoms, it's like my favorite band, and the name was so weird, and I didn't trust his taste in bands at the time. Yeah, because he can be all over the place with like bands. Like rap is pretty. We all know what we're looking for with rap. Yeah. But yeah, he's earned my trust. You send some shit sometimes that I can't fully back you yet. Yeah, you got to refine your tastes a little bit more.
What was the latest one?
I don't know. The latest one you sent was the 99 Neighbors, which I meant to send too. You got to listen to Baby Keem. I'm on a Baby Keem kick.
Baby Keem, I've heard the name.
It's like I don't know, man. It's so good. Reminds me of Playboy Cardi, but not as.
That's what I'm looking for.
Still a little bit of it. I don't know. It's just fucking slaps. The album "Die for My Bitch."
Henry Winkler.
Oh yeah, Henry Winkler. With my bitch. Was there a question that got us here?
No, I think we're just doing our free form thing, just letting it all happen.
Because I had a question that I was thinking about the other day. What's the furthest you've ever went to get porn? Yeah, what's the furthest you've ever came? How many pumps across the room, out a window, into a taxi?
When I was a teenager, I shot myself in the forehead.
Oh, did I tell you what happened to me recently?
Yeah.
That's a Patreon. But
yeah, you did. You did.
Christ.
Yeah, it's fucking hell, man.
Yeah.
For $5 a month, go find out what happened.
Yeah, that'll probably be on one coming up if I remember, which I don't. If anything, if the submission that we're going to get to later has reminded me, we don't always get to the point. Apparently,
that was one critique I've heard of the show. It sounds good, it's funny, but I kept waiting for them to get back to the point. It's not going to happen.
There's no point.
There is no point. It's like Seinfeld. It's a show about nothing, but we're so much better.
Yeah, Seinfeld is grossly overrated.
Imagine
good show, but grossly overrated.
Yeah. Imagine if we both came in and we were just, so what is the deal? What is the deal with podcasting?
Yeah, so that's what we would first go to.
It's not a pod.
It's not a cast.
You don't have a cast. Sometimes it's just one guy talking to himself into an Apple mic.
I feel like this is more Jeff Foxworthy-esque.
What is a podcaster? He ain't a pea pod, and he ain't casting a reel.
God, does he
If your
still do
podcast is you snapping pea pods and casting reels, you might be a redneck.
Yeah, that's
Kill
our,
me.
That's our new
Kill
podcast. What's the furthest you've ever gone to consume pornography? Like when you were younger, have you ever like gone out of your way to acquire a magazine or a VHS back in the day?
See, I was actually never. I always relied on the good old dial-up internet back in the day. I never.
Not even. But before that,
Yeah, no magazines or nothing.
really?
Yeah, no magazines, no videotapes, no nothing. One time wasted an entire color cartridge toner in my mom's
We've
printer,
told this story.
printing out things, and they ended up in so many places in the house. It was unrealistic. Dug them out of the trash one time. Don't like admitting that on the air.
I had one time, I feel like I've said this on here, but the other story that I thought of that sparked this question, I haven't told. But one time at school, someone gave me a Girls Gone Wild DVD. It was just making the rounds. You know what I mean? Like, I got it next. I got it. So everyone's just passing this one porno around. Because Girls Gone Wild commercials were fire.
And they were prevalent.
Yeah. Yeah. As soon as it was like
2 a.m. I
that.
remember.
Yeah. But I was going to say after midnight, Comedy Central, it would just be like Girls Gone Wild featuring Snoop Dogg. And it looks so great because you're like, oh, yeah, just all these titties.
Just girls kissing and
yeah,
titties.
the kissing and fondling each other's breasts ever so delicately. And then you get the video and it's garbage. It's like the worst thing ever. They talk to them for so long. And I'm like, is this bitch going to show her tits or what? I'm 13. I need this.
I need these boobies.
And then it is, and then it's just weird. You know what I mean? Because then they're just like topless and they're sitting there and they're like, "What would you do if I like poured water on your boobs?" It's like if I at 12
if
years old,
we had to do like a PG-13 interview with a girl for a porno.
No, it was like if you gave me a camera at 12 years old and were like, interview this girl, try to get her to take her top off. That's what Girls Gone Wild is like. Grown men being like, "You want to take your top off for a Girls Gone Wild shirt?" And they're like, "Sure." And then they do it, and then you're like, "Oh yeah, those are nice boobs. Oh, I don't know what else to do now that the boobs are out. I'm very distracted."
But
I hid it in my history textbook, and that should have been the first sign that I brought a book home from school.
Yeah.
And I went home, I popped it in PS2, and I was like, let's get going. And then I was like, when's it start? And that's when I realized I need a penis involved in my pornography to really get things moving.
I got so pissed off when I was a kid because, of course, I was a dumbass and I never deleted like the browser history or the cookies or anything. So, I think my mom went to go to like bestbuy.com and just like boobs.com, busty, booby women.
Bestboobs.com. Bestbuy.com/boobs. 404, what? It's like the best boobs ever.
Bestboob.com, boobbuy.com. What the fuck is he looking at?
What does he want? He's going to buy boobs?
Does he want the best boobs to buy?
Yeah. It's like when
Is he looking for a Best Buy employee with boobs?
I mean, yeah, I'll take anything with boobs.
Is he just looking for the Best Buy logo with boobs on it? But they have to be the best boobs on the Best Buy logo? Is this what's turning him on? Is my son a freak?
Logo.
I can't wait. I pray I have a son someday just so I can find whatever the fuck he's watching.
Because he's going to be into some good shit.
That's what I'm saying. There's a part of me that wants there's a part of me that wants to be like, God, this is what they're putting out these days. Like, I want.
I'm about to get real disrespectful in this motherfucker. That blue face song. Yeah, I know I've said this before. We've said everything. I used to call 1-800 numbers that would work out to be like cum slut, 1-800 cum slut, 1-800 ass fuck, 1-800 just to see what there was.
I want to be calling 1-800 ass fuck.
I
guarantee
hear
you
that is
anal phone sex has to be one of the wild
anal phone sex.
1-800 anal fucks with an X.
Okay, I was like,
F-U-C-X.
you got to think about it because there's so many. 1-800 wet slut, 1-800 hot
dumb
dick.
Slut, DUM slut.
No, see, you got to think it through.
No, I want to go to that one.
Well, call it and see.
Dad, 2 + 2 is 6, boss. You're a dumb bitch.
Yeah, it's just women that you can
just are so
stupid.
stupid.
Stupid girls. Oh, I love a stupid bitch. I want that stupid bitch.
$5.99 for every stupid bitch you say. Ooh.
Yeah, and then you just got to hang up before they get into it. But I specifically remembered a scenario where I was like 12 or something. And for this, in my childhood home, we had 2 bathrooms. The one downstairs was just a toilet and like a closet.
That's not a bathroom. That's a toilet room.
Whatever. What's it called? Like 0.5 bath. Is that what that is?
Half bath.
Half bath. I think this was like a 0.33 bath because it was just a toilet and
Couldn't
like
even
a closet.
be a 0.35 bath.
No. And as a little kid, I used to lock the door and close it. Just because I like to cause chaos ever since I was born.
Raising
and my
you.
dad would
I
pissed.
hope you're blessed with a little you when you decide
I know how to
have
unlock
children.
doors that people lock. You just poke a thing in the middle. My
Yeah.
dad would always act like I ruined the entire house and we couldn't live there
I
anymore.
know. We can't live
Like,
if we can't get
just
into our
fucking-
0.33 bath, you little bastard.
It's just a toilet in a room with the light blue with that like you know how people used to use like textured walls a lot and they would be like sharp like at some point in like the 80s or the 70s
like you didn't want to fall and trip into it because it'll scrape the hell out of your elbows.
It'd be just like I don't know spackling, but it would be like jagged and it's like ooh, a textured wall that hurts.
Yeah.
And as a kid I would take long
really
shits in there and I would like see things in like the forms on the wall and I'd be like, that's a little face.
I would Jesus.
See?
Stop
this
doing
is one of the things.
Yeah, I would do that. I would also do that at the dentist office when I was a kid. I would look at like the pattern in the ceiling.
I still do that. Like these, like the wood where it's like looks burnt. I'll find things. I do it in like shower curtains and shit. I do it all the time. I used to have a fun game where this is gonna sound so crazy. Yeah, don't forget to tell us if you did the hand thing from episode 105. Whoever's listening to this for the first time is like, oh
what
my
the
god.
fuck?
I used to do a game in my head as a kid all the time where like the corners of things. I would like bounce like from one corner to another corner and I would just keep it going on like anything that has a corner. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I would do that to like no end across my whole house. This is how old I am. This is the game I had as a kid was corner to corner.
You didn't have video
and in your
games.
mind, and you would just do it in your mind, which as I'm like, no one stopped me as a kid and we're like, what is wrong with you? Because I'm just like, staring at the walls from a distance, going back and forth.
We didn't have video games when I was a kid because Dad got drunk and he poured his Mountain Dew all over the PlayStation.
No, he just took the PlayStation to work and stomped the real controller and then brought it to me in a plastic baggie the next morning because he got so mad about Blitz 2000. I haven't told that story on here.
I mean, it's possible.
I feel
it's
like
just
I have
horrific.
because it's so. And it was we had the official controller and the bootleg controller.
Yeah,
and the only
the
thing I
bootleg
said
sucked.
was, why didn't you crush the bootleg controller?
Yeah, you have to. You've at least told this to me.
I've told you a lot of things.
Yeah, we've told you.
But yeah, so I had the little tiny bathroom, and then the one upstairs was like where we had the shower, the dryer, and my dad had a closet. And the closet for a long time would lock with a skeleton key, and then eventually that broke, so he just had one of those like flip locks.
Yeah.
And his closet was dedicated to Kiss because he was a huge Kiss fan, so he had a ton of
Sure, it wasn't a Closet Kiss fan.
memorabilia. Yeah, good one. And that's where like his shirts were, all stuff. And it was like the worst thing you could do is go into my dad's closet. It was,
Into his
you know what I
Kiss
mean?
closet.
You can't go into the Kiss
Tell
closet.
that to a therapist. You couldn't go in my dad's Kiss closet.
And yeah, he like sometimes I'd be like, "Can I look at something in there?" Because he had like all the shit. The whole closet was just decked out and everything. The cars, the action figures, the posters, the magazines,
the little squirt gun from the
Love
Lionel
Gun?
of Love Gun. Yeah, the Love Gun.
one
Squirt gun from Love Gun and Love Gun 2 Electric
one
Boogaloo.
autograph that he got waiting outside of a hotel back when they were never seen without their makeup, so he wasn't even sure if it was them, but the autographs match what's on the albums later in life. But anyway, so at some point, I don't remember how, but I became keen to the fact that there was pornographic magazines in this closet, and I was like 12. I could reach the lock. You could lock the bathroom door. So I remember like I had it planned out. This was gonna be this is gonna be my moment in the sun. Is lock the bathroom door, turn the water on in the shower, don't even shower, get to the porno magazines. It's one of those things you do as a kid and your heart's just racing and you're
and you got that
getting in there.
adrenaline and you're just trying to get
because
it.
it's like literally if he saw me in his closet, it would be
It's like a Navy SEAL operation. You're
worst.
trying to get in and get out.
So I got in there and there was like, it was just like behind the shirts, just a stack of
Porno
porns.
mags.
And yeah, I just like took the stack perfectly and then remember what order they're in, which looking back, those things you do where you're like, you do it so meticulously and you're like, there's no fucking way that he, you know what I mean?
He'd
He just
remember the
he probably
orders.
doesn't even look at these. They're just in the back of the closet.
Right. Yeah.
And yeah, I got my hands on them, and let's just say I took a long shower that day. And then you put them back perfectly. And I think eventually I did it again and took one, like on, not the bottom, but like the lower
Like a couple
third.
up from the bottom.
Yeah. And I took it, and then I had that forever, and I got away with it. But that's what I remember doing. It's like that type of like recon to get your pornography.
See, I always just used the internet that we had because we had dial-up for a long time, and I remember
I didn't have internet for like mad long. That's why I had to go to these great.
See, we had internet
lengths.
ever since I was a kid for some reason. Like I don't know why, but we just always had the internet. It was like really shitty dial-up.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I would get off the phone. I need to use the internet, or get off the internet. I need to use the phone. I remember my grandpa would routinely come to the house when he couldn't get a hold of anybody because he'd be like, I tried calling and it was just this weird noise.
Yeah.
And so he was always just worried when he couldn't get a hold of somebody because of the internet.
Yeah, I remember getting the internet too, and then eventually on LimeWire, like waiting for the worst porns to fully download.
That was my problem as a kid because I started with dial-up, and so then I started, going to websites, and then I was like, wait a minute, I can use LimeWire to download pornography to have at my convenience, and then not hide it in a very obvious folder on this shared family computer. I love being 12.
Yeah.
And so I remember what I would do is, you know how horny you are when you're a young teenage male.
Maybe
you. Doubt it.
I was already past my prime. I was looking at magazines when I was horny. I didn't have anything left when they started making the moving pictures.
You were looking at those burlesque flip book things that they had to deal with.
Yeah, it's just the skirt, and you lift it up, and it's just a butthole.
You were just...
Those were perfect.
When?
The good old days.
You're just sitting there with a bunch of pens and you're flipping them upside down so you can see 20 boobs
5,
at
4,
once. And you're
32.
But no,
I found one of those at a friend's house one time, the naked lady pen, and it had broke, so she was always naked. Took all the magic right out of it. You know what I mean? And you're like, this is just a pervert pen. There's no magic
it's
here.
not a pervert
There's
pen.
nothing exciting that happened.
It's
you
still
don't
a pervert pen.
She's just naked.
What are you going to do? You're at the office and someone's like, can I borrow a pen? Sure. And you accidentally give them the pen where you flip it upside down and the girl's naked. They're not going to be like, this is naked. Yeah, they're not going to be like this. Yeah, you give them the one where you tip it upside down and she's naked. They're like, a man of decency and great taste.
You look and she's clothed, and then you get to writing. The other one, her clothes are at the bottom of the pen.
That's what I'm saying. Hand them that pen. They're like, what are you, you pervert piece of shit? You bring this to work?
Yeah.
But the guy that brings it when it still functions is okay?
Yeah. It's not as perverted to have a pen that is occasionally clothed as a constantly naked.
Conceptually.
Pen. Are you not in agreement with this? This is one of the most valid points.
Literally, yes. Constructively, no.
Okay. Another time my dad left a porno in the VCR, and they like went out for like a night, and I was home alone, and it was like, it's probably one of the best evenings of my life. Like I went to watch something stupid, and I like hit play, and it was just like some hardcore shit, and I was like, oh my God.
I remember pausing the Devil's Rejects on VHS.
Yeah, we've
so
talked
I could
about this.
spank to that still of Sherry Moon Zombie's ass.
I don't know if I've ever jerked off to a butt, but to each their own.
Hey, I do a lot of things that you wouldn't do, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, we've been over this.
Yeah,
I think we've been over this.
I think we've been over a lot of things. Speaking of porn, I've got some videos I want to show you.
Speaking of a little taboo subject here on the show, man, I finally have you seen that meme where it's like the bit? Sure, it was the
nope. Sure, all right.
A cop, I swear. Where it's like the big tall redheaded woman holding up the smaller woman.
I saw that this morning.
Yeah, I watched the source video today finally, and it is
I've seen that.
I'd never seen it.
I've come across it.
As have I now.
Come across it.
I certainly have.
Do you jerk it to lesbian porn? Does it work for you anymore?
I mean, not every day. Like, it's not like my go-to.
Do you jerk it every day?
Traditionally.
Okay. We have stats that don't back that up.
We have stats that do back that up.
Was it every day?
I think it was 36. It was like 36 times in a month.
Okay, that's almost every day, yeah.
That is sometimes multiple times in a day.
Whatever.
How many days are in a month?
42.
Okie dokie. Well, we'll just call that.
There's only 10 months in a year.
They don't stay babies forever, dumbass.
Yeah, so last episode we foreshadowed what we were going to talk about because I'd forgotten. I'd found a subreddit of I'll say it now. I didn't want to spoil it last week and have people look at all the questions before we could get to it. It's called Morbid Questions. Don't ask me how I found it because I don't remember. But
and
you could
don't
guess.
want to talk about it.
I don't think it was.
I know how
Morbid
you came across
Questions.
it.
I think I was trying to see if you could still watch people die on Reddit because they canceled that subreddit.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna watch the people die. I
You
was
just wanted to
curious
find
if
the Reddit.
it existed. I probably would have watched.
I didn't want to buy anything on the black market. I just wanted to look on my Tor browser and see what they had to offer.
.onion, baby.
.onion, and I think I found some human meat recipes, as well as a whole box of grenades that they're sending for free for the cost of 4 people I know's social security numbers.
That's not bad. 4 grenades? 4 active grenades?
You know what? Yeah, I was thinking a box of 4.
Could you imagine if somehow a pin fell out in the mail and they like throw it on your porch and it blows up?
No, the
Whoa!
mail truck blows up.
What the fuck?
Since when can you not ship grenades in the mail? Why didn't anyone tell us this was unsafe?
The cops come to your house. You're like, oh, I thought it was my grenade. Like, yeah, you know anything about a blown up mail truck? Not specifically.
Not specifically. I heard it, though.
Yeah.
I think I got some of the mail in my backyard. It's still on fire. If you want to go check on that, you cop.
So yeah, this is Morbid Questions. You can guess what type of things are asked in here. I will say, if you're gonna look it up, there are some unsavory questions that I'm not gonna talk about in here. As one can imagine, it's r/morbid questions.
We do have some things that we won't talk about on the show.
Some of
That's
them
what you gotta pay
here
$5 a month for, baby.
Some of them on here are
sponsor
unpleasant.
my own damn brand.
But there's a couple, and there's one that led me to present this to the show, but I would just want to run over a couple. I think they're solid questions, some of them. First one that's pretty high up is, am I weird if I find the faces of mountain lions sexually attractive?
Yeah.
Do you find the faces of mountain lions sexually attractive?
Are you asking that to me?
Yeah.
No.
Are you sure?
Mountain lions?
Have you looked at a mountain lion recently?
I've seen cougars recently.
Yeah, what kind?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
So that's the type of ballpark that we're in. Specifically, there was one, this one right here. Then it should remind you of a question that I've posed forever that I believe, and this is kind of taking it to another level.
Is this about ripping someone's ear off?
Can a person of ordinary strength rip a newborn's arm off?
That's like a left-hand curve.
Right, but it's up there. See, I would...
Can a person of average strength
Uh-huh.
rip a newborn baby's arm off?
Yes. I would say
What's
yes.
average strength?
Just run in the mill. I don't know. Your average person. Because this all stems from, if you haven't heard me bring it up before, I believe I can rip an ear off of a person.
Yeah.
Either direction. And I want to do it, but I don't think I'm going to get the opportunity to.
Right. Like you. Yeah.
But I know I can do it.
Maybe we can be famous enough someday where we can be in like
someone's like, rip my ear off.
No, I was gonna say like an elitist Illuminati thing.
Elitist Illuminati?
Yeah.
Shit. And what does that even entail? That's got to entail some bad shit that I don't want to.
But you could. I bet you could rip someone's ear off as a party.
But if I'm
favor.
allowed to rip someone's
trick.
ear off, imagine the other things that are going to be presented to us.
Do you want to rip someone's ear off or not?
I do.
I'm trying to get you into a world of opportunity.
You're trying to get me in the room with some people that I could rip an ear off?
I'm trying to get you to the places you want to go. We both have places we want to go with this thing. I want to get you somewhere where you can rip someone's ear off.
I appreciate it.
I know it's a passion of yours.
I won't say passion
You
because I've
have
never done
passionately argued this.
I just
remember
know
you
I
stood
can
up on
do it.
that bar table that one time and you were screaming at everybody about it.
Because I know I can do it. And if someone's like, fine, because I think at a bar, if people were drunk enough, someone would be like, rip my fucking ear off then. And you know me.
You're not going to say
turn
no.
down a challenge.
That's what I'm saying. I try to get you in situations where you can rip someone's ear off, and you're just like,
but
this
if
place
it's the elite,
sucks.
it's the elitist Illuminati. Is it like the butler, like comes over with hors d'oeuvres, and he's like, just if you see anything you want to rip off my body?
Sadly, I think someone's bought a human off of the Onion browser.
Oh, can we put him in a suit so I don't feel as bad?
You will feel less bad if you rip the ear off of someone that's wearing a suit.
Yeah.
Explain.
I think I've said everything I need to say.
I just don't understand why. So, like, if it was just a homeless guy that they brought in,
homeless is fine.
What if it was just an average run-of-the-mill guy?
I'd
of
feel bad.
average strength.
I'd feel bad.
That has clearly been kidnapped off the street.
Yeah,
like,
I'd
he
feel
was like
pretty
clearly
bad.
out for a night on the town, and he got outed. He just got
Yeah,
thrown in the
I don't know
trunk
if
of
I
a car.
could do it then. That's
That's
performance
what goes
anxiety.
on. That's what goes on at these parties. man.
Don't talk about that on here.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, if he's wearing a suit, I'll tug it off. If he's homeless, I'll tug it off.
Why does the suit make you want to tug it off?
Feels like he's got more than me. He deserves to be brought down a peg.
So anybody that wears a suit has more than you?
I would say more often than not, probably, yeah.
Fair.
I don't have a suit, so they have a suit. That's more than me.
Neither
You
do
know what I
I.
mean? Right
Yeah.
off the bat. So yeah, do you think a person of ordinary strength could rip a newborn baby's arm off? I believe.
Like clean in one go?
I don't think it's one go. I don't know how clean it's
like
gonna be.
well, like you know what I mean. Like is like
It just rips off.
I
Yeah.
hate thinking about this because fuck it just Like, are we talking about like they got their foot on them and they're just like ripping the arm off,
I
or
don't
is it
think
like
there's
in a
feet
crib?
involved.
Well, then what are you using as leverage to rip
I
an
think
arm?
you just put your
just
arm
holding the
around
baby and then like
Yeah,
ripping
you put
the
your arm around. You put your hand around the arm, the upper arm chest section, and then you just tug as hard as you can. I think right there you're dislocating.
I was
for
gonna.
sure.
That's what I'm saying because like I don't
And
think
I feel
it
like if you
like,
give it a little extra jazz at the end, you're ripping it off.
I want to stop talking about this. It's
Really,
making,
this is too much.
Yeah, it's too much.
Huh.
It's a lot.
This is worse than the nipple thing I presented last weekend.
They're both bad.
Which is different.
Christmas lights and Northern lights. They're both beautiful, but in different ways. These two
These
things
are both beautiful, but in different
These
ways.
things are both terrible, but in different ways. The Holocaust was bad. ISIS is bad. Two different kinds of bad.
I'm just saying, you could rip a baby's arm off.
ISIS
Really?
sounds like a load of hog shit, if you ask me.
You're really just fucking ruining my my questions here. That was my go. That was supposed to take us 45 minutes. To
45 minutes of talking about ripping babies' arms off?
Not babies, just one baby. What if the baby's bad? What if the baby's already made some bad statements and
Is he
decisions?
a regular Bart Harley Jarvis?
Yeah. Fuck you.
Get out! Look out, she's going for Bart Harley Jarvis.
What about in the universe of Toy Story, are sex dolls alive?
I've seen memes that allude to this, and I want to say yeah, because I think it'd make for a really fun movie.
I think not even sex.
Just marching and
Not even sex dolls, just like dildos and stuff too. Do you think that counts? They're toys. They're sex toys.
Where's the face at on them though in this Toy Story universe? God help me, I don't even want to go into incognito mode and go onto Google and type in Toy Story sex toys.
I think you have to.
Yeah, now that I present it
You're
like
not gonna
that, I
go
think I'm gonna have
incognito.
to.
We both know that.
Yeah, I'd never go.
But yeah, like
incognito.
fleshlights.
Come find me.
Fleshlights would talk.
Toy
You know what I mean?
Story.
And while they're
4.
talking, a little bit of cum dribbles out of the mouth.
Andy's mom's cum dribbles out of the mouth.
I was talking about a fleshlight, so what's
She
up with
doesn't-
Andy's
Why
mom?
does
She's got
she have
dick.
a fleshlight? She doesn't have a
I'm
husband.
just. We didn't say it was the exact plot and the
She's
characters.
just having dudes
yeah, why
come
doesn't
over
she
and
have a
come.
husband? So many kids shows a parent is dead. Have you realized this?
Yeah, Chucky's mom is dead.
Yeah.
Rugrats,
Yeah, there's more.
etc.
Alvin and the Chipmunks. Garfield.
Sex toys are alive too. Garfield sex toys.
Oh,
This Toy
dead
Story.
parents.
Who's dead in Garfield?
Garfield's mom just brutally murdered by John in a fit of rage because he goes to work on Monday.
Well, then I don't feel so bad about all those memes where Garfield's a monster. Then I feel like John's got it coming.
Rocket Power, there was no mom. I'm gonna keep going with this because
There was no mom in Rocket
Hey
Power.
Arnold.
Yeah,
The parents.
Yeah.
All the parents are dead.
Do
in
we
Hey
just make cartoons as coping mechanism for parentless children?
I don't know. Like the more that I think about it, it is weird.
Yeah.
Doug's mom was a whore.
Did we just uncover something?
Yeah, there's something here.
Doug's mom's just taking it from Skeeter's dad.
Yeah.
Just getting fucking
Yeah,
railed
he
when
had a
comes
perfect.
home.
He had a perfect family.
I'm
except-
making my own patty mayonnaise as he's coming. Doug's mom.
Oh. Wait, they weren't.
No, yeah,
it doesn't even make sense.
it doesn't
Just
have
in the
to.
heat of the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, I got so worked up. I referenced another child from the school.
you know.
I referenced your son's crush. Oh, she's never gonna take him. He's such a dork.
Imagine your son's crushes. I'm crushing this fucking.
Where's pork chop at? I want to finish on him.
Where's pork chop? I got a pork chop for you, baby. Leave pork chop alone.
Yeah, it's just all the references. What was the neighbor's name?
Fuck,
Something
I don't know.
stupid.
Just Skeeter's dad. He's
Roger.
all green.
Oh.
Looks like Skeeter, but like rougher.
There was a Twitter account. I think it might still exist, but it pops up on my time hop occasionally. It was someone who made Doug episodes. So it'd be like episode 63. And then it'd just be like a quick, like a title and then a quick synopsis. And it would be like, whatever, episode 143 and the title. And I remember one specifically was like, Doug and Skeeter meet under a bridge to beat the shit out of each other and confess their love. Just like really insane
like
sentences.
poignant.
Yeah. There was another one that I always remember and I can't think of it now. I'll have to find it and see if we can post it. Because there's like 3 that I had retweeted and yearly it's one of those time out things you forget about. And then it comes up and you're like, oh my God, this is gold. I don't know where we were.
Dead
Toy
Kids.
Story.
Toy Story.
Dead
Sex
Kids,
toys.
Toy Story. Yeah, it wasn't Dead Kids, Dead Parents.
Toy Story Adult, an Etsy store. Here's a whole Reddit thing for Are Sex Toys Also Alive in Toy Story. Toy Story Acquisition of a Sex Toy. It's a book.
Okay.
On Amazon.
How much is it? Under 5?
We're going. Let's find out. That cover doesn't look right. Oh, this has nothing to do with Toy Story at all. Oh no! This is a weird.
Show me the cover.
No.
What?
Yeah, this has...
That was not what I was expecting.
Yeah, what do you think? Do we want a synopsis?
No, I don't think we should. No, it says a forbidden experience.
Robert Cloud writes
No.
what he sees and feels and covers up or fluffs out nothing.
Okay, yeah, don't read a synopsis. That shouldn't exist.
The Toy Story series is part of the overall much longer Masters Circle series.
Yep. No, we're done here.
It's
anyway,
an out of the ordinary erotic romance novel.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I guess.
It pushes the boundaries of acceptability to delve deep into the minds of hero and heroine, master and slave, to explore the forbidden fantasies of the central characters David and Doreen. Sounds like a John Cougar Mellencamp song.
Yeah.
The
Little
ditty
story
about David and Doreen.
She's tied up in my basement.
It's
and
an
she's screaming.
exceptional story which resonates for a long time.
Life goes on long after the thrill of living is gone.
Oh yeah, life goes on long after the thrill of living is gone.
There you go. Whoever the fuck.
Yeah, whoever wanted more improv.
You gotta
and
let
harmonies.
it come to
It's just got to come naturally.
Yeah.
This book is
Yeah,
not,
let's stop talking about that book.
we got
you want another
this
question?
to save it. Yeah, I want another question. Hit me with
What
another
does
one.
it feel like to have someone pee in your asshole?
Oh my god.
Do you want?
Whoa, Kenny.
I clicked on this one and I did some reading, and you're about to be surprised
What
about
it
the
feels
answers.
like to have someone pee
in
your ass.
asshole.
But is it in your ass or in your asshole? Like, are they in you?
Do you want some people who answered the question?
Yeah.
All right. Don't worry, I have another Reddit thread that is peak disgusting. If you
Okay.
thought ripping a kid's arm off was something, just wait.
It just made me feel kind of lightheaded for some
Gotta
reason.
fucking grow up.
Yeah, I gotta grow up.
First,
You grow up.
First,
You want to rip a
first
man's ear
response.
off.
Yeah, I'm grown. I'm trying to rip a man's ear off, not a baby's arm off. Unless
the
we're
one-
talking about a big dick on a man. I want to rip that thing off.
If it looks like a
with my
baby's arm
mouth.
ripping it. Oh my god.
All right, first response.
Where's drama at the bar? Just ripping a man's dick off with
Yeah,
your
like
teeth.
bobbing for apples.
Oh, we can't come back from this one.
First response says, okay, I'll bite. A guy once pissed in my ass after fucking me. I couldn't tell he was doing it, really. He didn't ask, just told me he was going to. But after he pulled out and I went to clean up, I felt full, like I had diarrhea or something. And it was really relieving to push it out, like a good shit. Also, he was really high on something, and it caused me to become really high on the thing that he was on. Whatever it was in his piss was easily absorbed by my colon. Were
That's
you ready
horrifying.
for this ride?
No, that's horrifying. Oh my
There's so
god.
many elements to that one.
It just keeps good. That was a roller coaster of a sentence. Oh my god.
Yeah, I obviously clicked on this after I found the this whole thread of questions, this subreddit, and I was like, wow, there's something I didn't expect to read today. and this is basically what happens to me every day, is finding shit that I didn't expect I was going to find. I'm trying to see. I know there was more. Someone says, I'd imagine it would feel like a 98-degree enema.
Yeah.
Which, yes, is pretty true. I think that's 98 Degrees' newest album, 98 Degree Enema.
Controversial cover art covered up in the southern states.
I think of your anus like a water balloon, and it slowly starts getting bigger and bigger until it A, pops, or B, squirts until deflation. Someone said, can it pop? In all caps. Someone else responded, it's quite a pleasant, warming, and filling feeling. I personally prefer it vaginally, but it's enjoyable either way.
You're letting dudes pee in your vagina? Come on, sis. That ain't clean.
It happens sometimes.
I mean, yeah, sometimes. It shouldn't be a thing. Shouldn't like it. Shouldn't have it happen enough that you form an opinion that you like it.
It's really warm, and you feel full. It's a pleasant feeling from what my last partner said. The only issue is it hurts after 30-ish minutes. And then people say, who the fuck pees for 30 minutes? And someone else said, or do you keep the pee in there for 30 minutes?
Can you imagine holding it in for 30 minutes?
My ex kept it in usually between 10 to 30 minutes. Then she'd let it out. What are you even doing in that time? You're just like,
just sitting.
That's nice that I peed in your butt. Can't wait for it to
just
come.
Just sitting on the couch naked, like.
With pee in your butt?
Yeah.
I don't think you can take that kind of risk. That seems like that would dribble out a lot.
I feel like there's definitely some leak. Like, what, do you just lay on your stomach and, like, sit there and feel it?
I don't know. I couldn't even fathom this until I came across an amazing subreddit full of the questions I've been begging to
God
answer.
really does just make anybody, doesn't he?
Like, where the fuck do hamsters live outside of pet stores? There's some of those in there, too, where it's just like, it's not really morbid, but it's like,
you know
I'm
what?
glad you're here for this.
Yeah.
Because there's other ones that I'm, like, not pumped about reading, and this is how would you help someone go disappearing? We were talking about that earlier.
We have our own plan.
Yeah, we got a big plan.
Yeah.
So yeah, if
don't
you
worry
wanna
about it.
If you want to look into this, there's like a bunch of shit. If you fell into a coma as a small child and woke up at 80, how weird would that be?
Terrible. That'd just be like, what the
It
fuck
would
else
be
could
so
it be?
confusing.
Yeah, because you're still mentally 8 years old, but then you're in the body of an 80-year-old. Can't do anything. Can't enjoy anything because you're just gonna fucking die soon.
Yeah.
What
is
the
that
fuck?
Is that the worst way to live?
Yeah, that is perhaps the worst way to live. Live until 8, slip into a coma, somehow don't get the plug pulled on you for
what you gotta,
72 years,
Can you imagine?
and then wake up and just be like, "Where's my mommy? She is
70.
dead, and everyone you knew is dead. You've been in a coma for 72 years." Old man just sobbing like an 8-year-old. That's the fucking crying, old man.
Look at this old man acting like a little kid.
I mean, you're a fucking liar is what you are. You're not getting supper tonight.
So he was in a coma and then he acts like a baby about it?
He acts like a fucking baby? Yeah, you're not getting supper tonight. Your body couldn't even handle solid food anyway, you piece of shit.
If I were to take a 1,000-degree knife and slice my Achilles tendon, would it snap like a rubber band or cut smoothly?
Both? I think it smoothly cuts it, but like since it's a 1,000-degree knife, it has to cauterize it when it cuts it.
True. I heard it rolls up like a tape measure. I'm gonna make you faint on this episode.
It's gonna happen. I think it just might.
This long. Here's a gross one for you. How many apples would I have to eat to just fucking die? That's what I mean. There's some in here where you're like, this is nice, a nice break. There's ground rules for this, if it'll load. I eat an apple, then immediately move on to another one. I don't eat the seeds. I eat the apples quickly, yet carefully. Example, I don't accidentally choke to death. How many does it take to kill me, and what exactly kills me?
Is it the being overstuffed and your stomach ruptures? Is it the oversaturation of apples inside of you? Is it like an oversaturation of vitamins?
A lot of people say it can't happen because you just wouldn't be able to keep eating. You'd have to be force-fed and not allowed to defecate.
Freely. So they gotta plug your butt up, and then they gotta they're putting a tube in your mouth and shoving apples in you and then plugging up your butt till you blow up like a balloon?
Sounds like a party.
Why has everything got to be butt stuff on this thing? What's up with Reddit?
Well, someone said a stomach can expand up to 4 liters. An apple is 0.1045 liters. I took an average volume of an apple. Then there's some math I don't want to even read. But basically it says it would be 38.28 apples. But since you won't eat the seeds, you'll need at least 40. So you would need to eat 40 apples to rupture your stomach.
That's it? 40 apples?
Yeah, I don't know if you'll die, but that's apparently as much as
I mean, if your stomach's ruptured, you're in a bad spot.
Yeah, but what isn't the like size of the stomach up for debate there? Like it can expand, but like you probably have a bigger stomach than I have.
Traditionally.
And I have a bigger dick than you have. Traditionally.
Not so traditionally.
Super traditional.
Nah.
Let's see if there's anything else here. Something about a corpse. Something about
4
an orgy.
liters. I swear I could eat more than 4 liters of food. I could eat 40 apples.
You're really, yeah, there's a good eating challenge for you.
40
Eat 40 apples.
If you get them and cut them up, I'll do it.
I got one of those things.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, just get 40 apples and I'll do it.
But you got to eat only the cores.
Then I can definitely do 40 apples.
No problem.
Got it, baby.
Imagine eating 40 apple cores.
Like a goddamn goat. Just open up.
Goats eat apple cores?
Goats eat anything.
No, pigs eat anything.
Also goats. Goats will eat trash.
Goats can't eat bones, but pigs can.
You sure goats can't eat bones?
Pretty sure only pigs can eat bones. Morbid question. Am I going to be turned into a skin suit? There's a lot to that. I'm not going to read it.
No, you have to read it now.
Out there. No. If I put a baby in a suitcase and went to the airport and somehow got the baby through security, would it survive a 5-hour flight? And wherever the suitcase goes, would it die? Where does the case go?
I think it depends on how hard the baggage handlers are throwing it around into the plane. Because you hear a baby, Mac? Just fucking whipping a suitcase.
It's a wall.
Because my sister told me one time when she was flying, that she saw her luggage just get like thrown, because she was bringing me back some baked goods from Austin, and she came to my house and like she opened up the container and she's like, I can explain, because they were just like just smashed, just fucking demolished, which is crazy because I flew back from Texas with 2 containers of chicken salad and a package of Beyond Beef, and they were both just fine.
Oh, yeah, I think it
and
depends.
7 beers. I had 7 beers in my suitcase.
Glass?
Cans.
Okay. Yeah, I think it depends on the guy. Someone was having a bad day, hurled a bunch of baked goods around.
Yeah.
No one gives a shit. What are you gonna do?
Call the airport
and be like, hey, my luggage is a little mismatched.
Somebody found my dildo and smashed my baked goods.
No, my dildo's in the pie and my pie's in my butt plug. Nothing's gonna be the same. Does anyone else pick up a baby and immediately think about throwing it off of a fucking tower on accident?
You should not be on a tower or near a baby, and especially not at the same time.
I don't have both together. If a formerly fat person had a surgery to remove their loose skin, could they keep that skin and have it made into a wallet or something?
Something to consider.
If you glued a person with dementia's eyes shut while they were sleeping, would they forget they can see?
Oh, no.
I'm not saying we should go out and do these things.
I know it will.
If I placed a vacuum against my eye socket, could it suck my eye out? If I were to swallow...
What type of vacuum? Like just a regular vacuum cleaner?
Yeah.
If it's one of those like super powered ones they use for like cleaning hotels and shit, I'm going to say
I don't think it's going to suck your eye out. I think it's going to rupture.
It's going to make something hurt really bad.
I think it's going to fuck your eye up. You're going to have that blood all over.
Yeah, it's going to look like you got a black eye.
Yeah, it's going to give you an eye hickey.
Do you want to give each other eye hickeys tonight after the show?
With vacuums?
I was thinking our fist.
I think it's not a hickey with the fist.
It's a love hickey.
Well, why don't we just do it with our mouths? Want to suck each other's eyes?
We could do that now.
I mean, you got to take those glasses off, but I don't want to have to look at it. Can you keep half the glasses on? Can you get a monocle and I'll suck? No, that's not how that would work at all. That's somehow the worst option. If I were to swallow popcorn kernels before I died and then get cremated, would they turn into popcorn?
You'd have to do it right. Well,
yeah, like immediate.
Well, because then it's still sitting in your stomach acid in your body. It's still acid.
Yeah, it's gonna be eroded before.
Yeah, so I mean, we'd have to pump somebody full of popcorn.
Yeah, like
kernels.
as the body's on the like little wheelie dealer into the cremation machine.
The wheelie dealer.
The wheelie dealer into the cremation machine.
Come
you get
down
a
to
funnel,
wheelie dealer's cremation.
you get a funnel and you pour a bunch of seeds in.
right, like that thing at the Discovery Center where it's just like the pulley thing.
Where it's
but you
that
just,
body out
Yeah,
back that you can
just
pour food
fill
in.
full of grain. The magic of science, kids. My
Farming.
3-year-old's here.
Farming industry.
Should we farm with human bodies? A controversial new exhibit at the Children's Museum. Just pour grain into this fucking corpse's mouth. It's so metal.
If a Make-A-Wish kid asked for a blowjob, would he receive it?
There's got to be something in the contract about that.
That it's a no-go?
Yeah, like it's got to be like sexual favors or a no-go.
Because you know it's come up.
The kid's like got to be like 14, 15. He's like, I'm going to die and I've never gotten my
Why's it
dick.
got to be 14, 15?
Why, you think like an 11-year-old is going to be out here being like, I never got my
Your
dick
last
sucked?
wish? Yeah. Nowadays, kids are well advanced.
Kids are far
sucking
too
dicks
advanced.
at 11, I'm sure.
I
I
don't
don't
like it.
know about it. I haven't
don't
looked
like it.
into it. But I mean, if anything's progressed, kids in my middle school were sucking dicks. Not mine.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that
Or
much.
mine.
Just all the other kids.
I like to think my school was pretty clean cut because I was never getting laid.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
heard
pretty boring school. Nobody was fucking, apparently.
yeah, everybody else was like, it was unbelievable. The most disgusting, sexual. Everybody was getting fucked.
And
Except
I'm just,
Slim.
Yeah, except Slim. He was just at home playing a whole lot of Marilyn Manson songs on the bass.
Yeah, it's weird no one sucked your teenage dick.
Yeah, weird. It's weird that anybody will suck my dick ever if we're going to be 100%
Oh, I
honest
know.
about it.
I constantly. I have a side podcast where I talk to women that have sucked your dick.
Not wise.
No.
Or fun.
And we'll end on
Sure
this
is
note.
engaging, though.
Did the Minions help Hitler?
It's implied.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Minions movie?
Can you prove that it didn't happen?
Yeah, you can't prove that it didn't. I mean, we have they helped Dracula. They helped the T-Rex.
I've never seen a single whatever they're from.
Despicable Me.
Yeah, I've never seen.
Megamind did it better.
I don't hear it.
Megamind was great.
I don't know what you're into. This is what you do. Can't watch Nathan For You, but you can watch all these Minion offshoots.
Apparently.
Is
yeah.
there Minion porn parody?
You know there has to be.
Where do they get fucked at?
You want me to pull it up and find out?
No.
Are you sure?
Later.
Later.
All right, and the second Reddit thread that I came across, I was watching some weird YouTube videos, and this kept being mentioned, and I had not come across it yet. And if you haven't fainted yet, it's your time, baby. You ready?
All right, let's see what happens.
The thread is, what is the grossest / nastiest thing that's ever happened to you in a sexual encounter?
Oh, I'm upset already.
Nothing tops the Jolly Rancher story. You ready?
Oh,
Have you heard this?
Yeah, I have. But go ahead.
Well,
and
let's
read
take
it.
a trip down memory
Yeah,
lane.
go ahead and read it for the fine people. I'm just gonna take a little nap.
Yeah, I will tell listeners this might be one of the most
This
vile
is-
things we've ever said on
Yeah,
here.
if this is what I remember it being, it is exceptionally bad. So if you are of a weak stomach and a weak
If
constitution,
you have a weak stomach, you've turned the podcast off. Let's be real.
yeah, let's be real. You're not listening to this if you have a weak stomach, but
No,
this is going to
this is
get
pretty intense.
excessively graphic.
The main reason I wanted to bring it up is the comment underneath of this story touches on something that we had submitted to us before, and it really kind of opens up our eyes because we weren't too sure about what was going on with that submission.
Okay.
But nothing tops the Jolly Rancher story. Steve and his girlfriend Samantha went off to college in August. She went to Florida State. He went to Penn. So she decides to fly to, is it Pennsylvania? Is that the state? What's the state?
Pennsylvania.
Okay. I always get confused about that one.
What, you think it's Philly? You think the
I
state
do,
of Philly?
Yeah, I do get confused.
The state of
I never know
Philadelphia?
where Philadelphia is. And then I say Pennsylvania, but then it just never seems right in my head. I think they're too close. Your city and your state can't be like buds. They have to be discernible. All right?
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I think that's, you got Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and they're both in Pennsylvania. Let's chill on the piece.
Yeah, let's chill on
this
the
is
piece.
getting a little excessive.
What kind of 1830s colony bullshit is this?
So she flew to Pennsylvania to visit
Pennsylvania?
him. He was really happy to see her, so he decided to give her some oral action. He had done this numerous times before, and he always enjoyed doing it. But for some reason this time, she smelled really horrible. And she tasted even worse. He didn't want to offend her, though, because he hadn't seen her in months. So he put a Jolly Rancher in his mouth to cover it up, even though it didn't do much to help. In the course of eating her out, he accidentally pushed the candy inside of her and stuck a finger in to grab it out. He took it out, popped it back in his mouth, and bit it, only it wasn't the Jolly Rancher. It was a nodule of gonorrhea. As in, the blister-like structure that gonorrhea makes, filled with a diseased pus, was the size of a fucking Jolly Rancher, and the poor guy bit into it. I guess it was really dark in the room. He freaked out and started vomiting all over the place when it exploded in his mouth. He demanded to know what was going on. Turns out she had cheated on him at a club the first week of college and fucked some random guy, and the stupid bitch had no clue what was wrong with her.
Fucking incel wrote this.
Yeah, I'm reading verbatim. These are not my choice of words. She noticed a strange smell, though. So now Steve is freaking out that he has gonorrhea of the mouth and God knows what else. How do you feel about this? What would you do in this situation?
Same
Who
thing.
the fuck has a Jolly Rancher on them and thinks that's going to help?
Outside of the line of thinking, just imagine it. Just think.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Just think about just what the sensation has to be like.
I thought a lot about it.
Because like you know how it is when you're expecting something to happen texturally with food and it doesn't happen. Like you're eating like a bag of chips and you get like that one weird hard chip cluster in the bottom and you
or
bite
like when
it.
you expect a drink to be like water and it's Sprite and it feels like you've been
bleach.
poisoned.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like that. It's like water to Sprite is like Jolly Rancher to gonorrhea nodule.
Expecting.
Come on.
Expecting a
You've
Jolly
built this brand
Rancher.
with me. I don't know where you thought we were going to go.
I didn't either. Expecting a Jolly Rancher because it's got to be warm.
Well, who?
You know, it's like it's probably hot. Yeah, it's an infection.
It's real hot.
It is probably hot. Because like
who the fuck bites a Jolly Rancher though?
a monster.
You think
Only
you could just
monsters bite into
suckle
hard
a
candy.
Gonorrhea nodule for a while.
Imagine
I am.
suckling on a gonorrhea nodule. Oh my fucking god! And just because
the
that
choice of-
also has to be warm.
This is my favorite thing about reading things people have written. Most people bounce back and forth between like really good words, like a nodule, and then going stupid bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Most people write in
really
such a complex
impeccable
manner.
etiquette when it comes to his grammar
Where
here.
it jumps all over the place. Like you're trying to write it real professionally, and then you still
A
throw in
nodule.
A nodule. I wouldn't have even had that. I have a lot of words
So
on
it's
deck
the
I like
size
to
of a
think.
Jolly Rancher.
Yeah.
It was just floating around in there.
I
Like
mean,
it wasn't like up against a vaginal wall or something like that.
the video I watched on YouTube was like dispelling this that's not
Yeah,
how
it doesn't
works.
seem
There's
possible.
not, like nodules.
Yeah, because
typically.
it's what is it like a fucking bubble tea and there's just little bubbles of gonorrhea in his vagina.
and she just didn't know.
I'm just in
'cause
her and
they
I'm just
got
like,
it.
this feels crazy. Is this full of Orbeez? Those little balls covered in water?
Is this like a ribbed condom?
Is your fucking pussy filled with Orbeez, you bitch?
Are you
Is
wearing
your pussy full of nodules, you bitch?
Are you wearing a female condom that's ribbed for my pleasure?
Pleasure? Hot diggity
Are you
dog.
wearing a female condom? Is this the 80s? I don't know when those were.
Are you
popular.
wearing a dental
Yeah, I
dam?
was gonna say. Oh, what's the other thing that women used to put in?
Cups?
No, I still put cups in, like the ones that you put on your back
But
and light on fire.
Oh, but then in the vagina. Your
No, it's
dick
like a
just gets
dental
lit on
dam,
fire.
but it was always a word, and I didn't know for the longest time what it was because it's just like not a thing people do anymore. I can't think of what the fuck it is. It's like a dental dam, but it's something else. Anyway, it's
not a
nodule.
dental dam and it's not a female condom.
No, it's like a. I don't.
What does it
fucking
do?
know. The same thing. It's supposed to.
It's like a shield.
Yeah, because what does a dental dam do? It just soaks up the cums
A dental dam is like a weird cup.
that catches.
This shows how great the American sex education system is, by the way, because
No, because no one does this now.
it's either a cup that goes over your cervix or it's a cup that catches the cum.
I think it's a cup that catches the cum.
But then how does that comfortably sit in your vagina? You know what? We're just going to go ahead and pop a quick
look it
dental
up.
dam.
Yeah, you do have to pop it. Because how do you put that in?
Dental,
I don't know. Yeah,
dental
'cause I've-
dreams. Apparently you can still get them.
Yeah, I'm sure someone. But imagine you go to hook up with a girl and she produces a dental dam because you'd be confused for several minutes.
Yeah, because it
you've
looks
never
like a
even
fucking
seen
wet
one.
wipe you put on your pussy is what it looks like.
Okay, that's different.
A dental dam or rubber dam is a thin 6-inch
Rubber
square
dam,
sheet.
I barely know her.
Huzzah!
That might be the best one I've done.
Yeah, that was good. Hell's a poppin', baby. Yeah. Yeah.
You think that's bad? Look at this.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll never forgive you. It's like
No
you
one
cheated.
knows what we're talking about.
It's like you cheated on me in a dream. Is a thin
All my dreams are you cheating on me.
Well,
What are
because you
talking
won't commit, you goddamn awful person. 6-inch square sheet, usually latex.
I'm gonna need a bigger one.
Or nitrile. Baby, I got a supersized dick. You're gonna need a dental dam the size of a Subway sandwich wrapper.
When you open a bed sheet and it does that.
So like it's just
And then you just
like
put like where does it go?
it just goes over your pussy.
Over? Then
Yeah.
what is it stop? What am I fucking and what is it stopping? This goes over?
I mean, this is the Wikipedia for dental. I need dental. That's for like a literal dental dam. They just got these things in people's mouths, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, I think as a kid, when I first heard the term, I assumed it was something for blowjobbing.
Dental dam use? Why do dentists use dental dam? I need dental dam. Fucking fuck Reddit.
Getting intense.
Dental dam pros and cons for teens.
All right, well, fuck the dental dam because we still got things.
What's
to
the
get
cup thing I'm thinking of then?
I don't know. We'll figure it. Women.
Yeah, our
Submit.
mostly female listeners,
Yeah.
please let
Someone
us know.
knows, and tell us if you've ever used any like
Anything
female
that wasn't the
contraceptives.
anything that wasn't the pill or a rubber.
Oh my god. Do you have any protection? Yeah, I've got a rubber. Anyway, the first comment in response to this, which is relative to a submission we got, I think we confirmed the most disgusting submission we'd ever gotten.
Yeah.
That ruined the podcast. It says, I work in an emergency room. One time we had a patient come in who had a colostomy. For those who don't know, this surgically placed hole in the abdomen where shit comes out after the colon has been rerouted away from the ass. Which again, writing is
Imagine just not
I need to reroute
shitting out of your
I need to
ass.
reroute this from my
Imagine shitting out of your stomach and not your ass. How do you?
Anyway, some girl comes in with an infection in her stoma, abdominal shithole.
Oh yeah, the stoma.
Turns out it was
episode.
gonorrhea. Her husband had been cheating on her, picked it up, and had been fucking her in the stoma.
Oh no! Oh no! No!
It happens.
No,
And then-
it shouldn't though. And what hillbilly universe are you like? Well, the pussy's getting boring.
Men are
Let
gonna
me
fuck
try
any
this.
hole.
If my wife got a stoma, I
Not your
wouldn't.
wife, your side bitch.
If my side bitch gets a stoma,
Well, that's
it's
what
fine.
the comment under this says. So, are you saying he was getting a little in on the side? Someone gave that person gold.
Yeah, they should get gold for that.
So yeah, that's what you can find on Reddit.
No.
No.
Imagine having a friend and you find out they got
Imagine you
gonorrhea
let
in their stoma.
Imagine your
Imagine
partner,
you
your
consent to a
husband,
man fucking you in
You
that.
can fuck me in the stoma because I love you that much, and he pours gonorrhea.
Is that
in
love?
it? Yeah.
Letting someone. Yeah.
Well, I thought you meant like.
Hell yeah.
I thought you meant giving someone gonorrhea. In
No,
the stoma.
that's
not
not
love. No.
But is letting someone fuck your stoma love?
Yeah, that's like probably the highest level of love, I'd say.
Is that on par with letting somebody fuck your trachea?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that just hitting the back?
I think that's what we talked about because we weren't sure if stoma was neck hole or abdominal.
Either
hole.
way,
Go listen to that episode or don't. I don't know.
Whatever. Do whatever the fuck you want.
Anyway, some submissions. First one comes from Googly Eyes. email@email.com says, you guys peaked in episode 17, around
Aw.
29 minutes in.
Aw.
Drama was banging women, only thinking about women's names. One of the best bits you've ever done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have
Thank you.
literally
We have
scoured
been trying to
for
do
this one.
forever.
And there it is. I found it. I watched the video. You look completely different. This whole thing looks different. And I found the bit not as funny as I remember, but still good. We do agree that is one of the fun. That's one of my favorite moments of the entire podcast.
Yeah, that one was
making
great.
that joke that I.
Can
think
you
of
send me
moments
the
that-
information for that so I can go and
yeah.
hunt it,
I'll
please?
never
For
send
the
it
love
to
of God, I know you will. I can try though. We can try it for public appearances.
Second submission comes from Fuck. The email is samim@wifr.com.
Okay.
Which, for people who don't know, if you're outside of the Rockford area, that is a local news station. And yeah, this is the one that's all targeted towards me. So we'll get into what I feel like talking about here. First one says, talk about wingdings, which it's separated. And I thought of the font,
chicken cutlets?
I thought of the font, wingdings, or webdings. And I was like, I don't know how long I can go on about wingdings. I've got some material, but I'm going to have to really think about it. I don't remember. I think the M is
W is a smiley face,
and
then
N
one of
is
them,
a bomb.
and if you spell out 9/11, it makes two towers and death thing, and then a Hebrew star. It's all a big conspiracy.
So it says, talk about wingdings and why Drama was told he had to move out after getting a beer from some guy at 15.
That is
very specific.
Someone who knows you.
Yeah, I would like to know if you are willing to disclose who you are, because they get even more specific, believe it or not. I'm not going to get into this story specifically because it's a traumatic event in my life.
Sounds like somebody knows some shit about you and they're trying to get you to air it out.
Well, I said it on the podcast because, I was at Wingding. I was 15. A man in front of me was standing with 2 beers, drunk as shit, turns around. He's like, I can't find my friend. Do you want this beer? 15-year-old me was like, of course I do. And in my adult age, I cannot ever fathom
doing
if we were at a show. Well, there's so many levels to it. If I had 2 beers for you, we're at a show, festival, I get 2 beers, I can't find you. Definitely not going to give it to a 15-year-old. Also, I looked 12, so it's just completely irresponsible.
You're traditionally young in the face.
Traditionally looks young. I wasn't pulling off like I'm 18 or something.
Yeah.
I could only have looked younger if I had a mouthful of braces. Not giving it to a child. Not giving it away, probably. Now I just have 2 beers.
Yeah, just giving it to a stranger.
I'll just drink. Now I just got 2 beers. It's like the joke about the escalator turning into stairs. Like, it's fine.
Just stairs.
I was going to give you a beer. Now I'm just going to, and then when I find you, I'll be like, oh, God, this round's on you. I got the beers. I couldn't find you.
So I drank them.
But yeah, I will say I did not get kicked out of my house for drinking the beer. Drinking the beer was one of the most nerve-wracking events of my life because there's the part of me who's like, if a kid from school sees me drinking a beer at Wingding, I'm going to be the shit. But if my parents see me, it's going to be some shit.
It's going to be a nightmare.
I don't remember. My dad got crazy, and it was a whole fight. My mom stomped through the floor, so we had a hole in the floor for a long time as a reminder of this fight that tore the family apart for a while. Then we fixed the floor, but it was with a different piece of wood, so it was always a reminder about the time the floor got broken.
All right.
But yeah, it was fun.
Sounds like you got a lot of trauma.
Huh. Are you sure? I thought this was just how everyone grew up.
Side podcast coming up, everybody. Dramas, traumas. It's going to be a really fantastic, almost as long as this series. Then we're going to get into Slim's trauma.
We're so fucked up we can't think of names. Second one, Drama's 21st, never told it. This was what I was thinking, like, because we get submissions sometimes from people who start listening to the podcast and ask questions about things we inevitably cover, which I thought maybe that would be the case, because I swear I had to have told my 21st birthday story on here.
Yeah, it's CJ's.
Epic. Well, yeah, that's part of it. But then the next thing we'll get into was a reference from last episode. So I don't know. Either way, I turned 21 like 22 years ago and started drinking during the day, went to CJ's, had 7 shots of Jameson, people just giving me beers, went to went to Mary's place, got a beer, dropped it on the sidewalk outside as soon as I got it, just laughed. Went to Kryptonite, ran into my cousin, who was like, you get a free birthday shot, order the most extravagant shot you can. So I did that. It was some crazy thing that was gross. I went to walk back home, thought I was going to throw up the whole time. Stopped at Uncle Nick's, got a meatball sub,
Attaboy.
Ate it on a trailer that was sitting there with 2 of my friends who walked away. I went to walk home because I lived like a block away from Uncle Nick's. Someone called me the N-word when I was standing at the red light trying to cross the street. I was so confused and thought someone was going to get in a fight. And then I realized I was the only person out and it was directed at me. And I was too drunk to even fathom that. Went home, sat on my bed, laid down, sat back up. Everything was spinning, threw up an entire meatball, amongst other things.
Just a whole fucking meatball.
Yeah. So I ate, when I was told later, I ate very disgustingly.
Oh, yeah.
Like what you do all the time.
Yeah, I'm sure you were a regular Slim about it.
Yeah. So that means at one point I swallowed an entire meatball. That's the main thing I always try to point
That's
out.
the takeaway.
I threw up all over everything. I woke up and my girlfriend at the time had went through my phone and thought she found something that wasn't really anything.
Oh, I hate that.
Which it was in reference to a girl named Jordan. And when she confronted me about it, I said, "Which one?" Not the answer, because I knew several Jordans. So that's how you turn 21. You throw up an entire meatball. If you didn't do that, you didn't live.
Yeah. I'd be lying if I said I haven't thrown up a succession of meatballs.
Yeah, having to clean that the next day, I was like, let's just get rid of the house. This is
just burn this whole room out.
Because I woke up to an argument and I didn't understand why, and then I was like, there's just puke everywhere, all over my clothes and my rug and this bed, and I just don't want to live like this anymore. Really got my act together. Psych. Next one is paper cut on the tip of your dick. Next one is, what legal shenanigans did Drama get into before prom with Mad Dog 2020? So I don't know what fucking federal agent this is, because these are all like things that I'll tell the 21st birthday story. The other things I don't necessarily like to comment on. I will not say what legal issues I was facing.
As you shouldn't.
They're all very old at this point.
Give us $40,000 and we'll tell you.
Tell me who you are. I'll tell you in person if I know you.
Hey, now we both have someone who has stalked us for the show that we need to know the identity
Well, these are things I've said in the show, and you're not going to get much more out of them because that's what I was trying to leave them at.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into legal shenanigans, but the hotel, it's when they like kick the door down, and I thought it was the cops, but they were just like, oh, sorry, sometimes homeless people break into the rooms and we didn't have your room in the computer. I had Mad Dog 2020 with my girlfriend at the time. It was after prom. So yeah, I'll tell you in person, but also tell me who you are, because this is very targeted with some of my low points of my life.
Yeah, it's like somebody who's known you for a long time throughout all the low points.
Well, I mean, it's all things we've said on the show, so I don't know, and I guess
somebody who just really cares that much.
Yeah, because these are things that we had to have told a long time ago.
Someone's got a crush on you.
Well, yeah, Sam I am at WIFR.com.
Yeah.
Reveal yourself, and I'll tell you secrets.
Okay,
if you can handle them.
We need all of our stalkers to come forward. Actually.
Yeah, preferably.
I need my stalker to come forward.
This is the most. I used to say a lot of the submissions were targeted at you.
Yeah.
I feel like now they've been just pretty general, but this one, I take it back. I don't want the targeted.
Send them to Slim, baby. I'll take all the targeted advertisements you got.
Yeah, but yeah, can reveal yourself. Pull up that world's longest
voicemail. We got it here exclusively on the Dapper Dads
neither
podcast
of us have listened to it. We read a synopsis. I do know that I have to bleep out parts of it because someone can't contain their lips.
That sounds about right. Oh God, it's a two-parter.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Son of a bitch.
All right, hey, it's your buddy Lemmy. All right, I'm going to try to make these quick, but I got 3 quick ones. First off, about the whole Bangerland fiasco, the reason why I made that, because I swear to fucking God, I heard it. I remember where I was. I was in a barn filling up buckets with corn, and I was listening to it, and it went something, it was towards like the end of the show, and I don't know how you guys got on the topic of music. It's crazy. You guys almost never talk about music. Kind of weird, but, maybe you could do something with that. Anyways, Slim said something about how he DJ'd for a friend's wedding, and then Drama asked, did you play any bangers, and Slim said something along the lines of, it was like 2011, I don't think there was bangers. And then he said something about playing a bunch of Maroon 5, and I remember that he said it in the weird way that he says things. Sometimes he was like, Maroon 5, or something. I don't know. I don't know if I slipped to a fucking different dimension. I don't know if I swear to God, I heard this. And then he went on to talk about how, there probably was bangers back then, but you guys couldn't name anything off. And so I was confused because I heard that. I'm like, I'm pretty sure there was some stuff popping off back then. And then, so, I don't know. I feel like I'm going a little crazy here. And, next one, Slim, I take you up on that challenge. Next time I come down to visit, we'll go out to CJ's, have a nice, respectable night of drinking, and then we'll head on over to Los Portales, get you a disgusting amount of food, and see if you could finish it in a short amount of time. And then thirdly, I want to speak to young Kurt on this one. I meant no disrespect to you or cheese curds. I'm a man who loves cheese. Every week when I go to the grocery store, I spend probably like $20, $25 on cheese alone because I love cheese and I snack on it all the time. So I meant no disrespect to you. From the tales that I hear about you, I figured you're just kind of like an enigma, somebody that is there and isn't there, and I figured you could stomach down 3 pounds of cheese curds. Not to mention, with competitive food eaters, I think you guys made a point of this. It's always the skinny guys that can eat more. Us fat guys, we can't eat too much. The fat gets in the way, but the skinny guys, they can get the crazy Aquamom guts, and they're fine. They have plenty of stretchability. So hopefully this made sense. Real quick, Drama, if you can't get that lighter back from that fucker that stole it from you, I will bring one down next time I come to visit. I think I ran out of time. So hope you appreciate my madman rant. I'm gonna bring another American Eagle lighter down for you, Drama. Yeah. Bye.
First off, man, you gotta stop just stop doing whatever. Just PCP's not a good drug, man. I'm gonna need you to stop doing it and calling or banging our dad chat line at exactly 3:23 in the morning every day. Starting to wake me up, wakes the kids up, wakes the animals outside up. Suddenly the whole neighborhood's going in some big giant sing-along song because it's like, oh, this is the morning song. No, you've been fucking calling me high on PCP at 3:23 in the morning every day.
Yeah, Leonard. We don't remember anything as soon as we stop recording.
I don't even remember anything he just said in that voicemail. If we're gonna be 100% honest with each other.
Yeah, come do the food challenge or whatever.
Come make me eat it. We'll live stream it on Facebook.
You gotta feed it to Slim.
Don't get in the way of my
Bring
mouth.
me a lighter. I do want it to be. I want the court records to show that I maintained the lighter from December 14th until whenever the fuck this just was. It was in my possession. I would have had it forever if some werewolf wouldn't have broken into my car and stole it.
True story.
Yeah. But everyone give me lighters. I'll hold on to
Took a
them forever.
DNA test. Turns out he's 100% a fucking werewolf.
Yeah. Well, that happened when he went to court, and it happened to be a full moon. And he killed the entire trial. Night
court, baby.
So yeah, bring me a lighter. Kurt is still furious with you, and he will punch you in the throat.
He will.
You also can't call in and demand to speak to other parties.
Yeah, I don't know why. That's not how the show works.
No one follow that form.
Run.
You don't get to call and make.
I will
weird
take
requests.
you up on the challenge, and I will eat it all in front of you, and you'll feel really dumb.
Yeah, you'll feel bad. It's not.
Oh yeah, it's not pretty when I do it. It's not pretty
upsetting.
at all.
If we film it for anything, there's going to be some heavy editing.
Oh, there's got to be just a lot of blurring out. You got to get messy. If you're doing it fast, you got to get messy.
Oh my god, which one are you doing? The 15-minute?
Yeah, I'm doing the. So I guess I'm
Six
officially
tortas and 6 burritos in 15 minutes.
6 tortas and 6 tacos, not 6 burritos. 6 burritos and 6 tortas in 15 minutes. Well, he was laying down some extravagantly wild food
They grow over time.
Yeah.
He DM'd me to ask if he had submitted that.
What the fuck? How many drugs are you doing, bro?
Write it down or something, bud, because, you ask questions.
I need you to
things
stop
we've covered.
sniffing cow shit and getting high off the fumes, buddy.
Yeah, you making some jankum, buddy?
Yeah, you making some jankum in a big bottle for yourself?
Yeah, you making cow jankum?
You
What a cow pie.
Not even getting high on your own supply at that point.
I think you should switch it up. Has anyone tried other people's jankum?
Would you?
I probably wouldn't try my own.
I wouldn't try any jankum.
It's very bad.
Yeah.
I heard it works, but it's very bad.
Yeah, as it's supposed to be.
Like it fucks you up.
As it should.
When I was a kid and I lived next to the group home for girls, I think I've said this, they shit in the front lawn and were putting sticks and sniffing it. And I was like, you guys trying to make jankum? But they were just making each other sniff their shit sticks and puking in the lawn. Because when you live in a group home, you
can't be kids like that anymore.
Yeah, well, when you live in a group home, you don't have all the fun that we're accustomed to.
Yeah.
So you got to sniff shit sticks in the front lawn of the group home. Who was watching them?
Yeah. Where
was
is the
watching?
authority figure
It's
in
next
all
to a
of this?
funeral home. Imagine one of your loved ones passes away and you go to the funeral, and directly next door there's teenage girls with dreadlocks smelling shit sticks in the front lawn.
If I beat the food challenge, I think we gotta make Leonard sniff some Jenkum.
Our Jenkum? Our collective Jenkum?
Might as well just start
big
making it
bottle.
now. It's a big bottle.
The balloon is so big. We hold on to it and it starts to take us away. You gotta grab my feet.
no.
You're gonna be a huffing big boy. You open it and
As I'm just throwing tortoise into the air and catching them Scooby-Doo style in my mouth.
yeah. Yeah.
You're going to be sniffing some poo today, buddy.
Sitting next to the big bottle of Jenkum with the balloon. Everyone in Los Portales is like, this is why they have to close at midnight now.
No, we got to close at 9 p.m.
Yeah, we ruin it. Why are you guys closing so early?
I don't want to eat it there. I want to go somewhere else.
You have to eat it at the counter.
Oh, in front of all the
It's
girls.
to go. Yeah, it's to go in my mouth, you stupid bitch. While we're timing it, someone's filming it, and I've got a big bottle of Jenko.
Yeah, that's pretty great. But watch this. Yeah,
Yeah, you're like, oh my god.
I'm like, this was my nightmare as I'm just shoving all the food in my face.
What you're seeing is real. There is a lot of jankum in the air, so you might be seeing some other shit, but all of this is real.
6 tortas and 6 tacos. I can do this.
I feel like it wasn't even that. I thought it was 3 tortas and 3 tacos.
3 tortos and 3 tacos.
tortos?
3 tortos.
3 tornadoes.
I love tortas. I'm a man of sophistication. 3 tortas and 3 tacos in 15 minutes is nothing. That's super doable.
Let me fact check. Yeah, it was 6 and 6.
Yeah, I was gonna say 6 and 6.
Fine, 3 tortas and 3 tacos in 3 minutes.
You really want to? You
putting
want
some money on the table.
Okay, so what do I win if I do
physically
that?
can't do that.
What do I win if I do that? So he brings the 6, but what do I get if I finish the 3 of each in the first 3 minutes? What do you want to put on the thing? Yeah, well, of course I'm getting diarrhea. Like, we should
Because I
probably
snuck
just do
meat in one of them.
Oh,
and you couldn't tell because
we should probably just do it at my house so I can be close to a toilet.
Yeah, do it on the toilet.
And then I'll
We'll
lay
live stream it.
Yeah, and then I'll lay there puking, and then I'll be like, "You're a son of a bitch. Did you replace my bath mats?"
Yeah, you'll lay there puking, and I'll keep banging on the door. You okay, buddy?
I thought you had alcohol poisoning
I
and were
did,
dying.
you idiot.
Yeah, that's why I was pounding on the door, you jackass.
Oh, yeah, your knocks are going to save me from hell.
I figured you could at least open the door. You could crawl your
physically
dusty ass
couldn't-
over and open the
physically
door.
couldn't move.
Well, then what was I supposed to do? Just jam it open with a big pin and come in and save your ass?
Yeah, Dad.
All right. Good to know.
It never stops.
They never stop.